territory. Closer, but still unsuccessful. It goes to Dwayne McLean, and Tony is going to keep firing until he finds the target. Gaze with Rose to beat. Ronaldson and Crawford joining in. He comes up with 2 more.
Well, 17% and 33% respectively for these basketball clubs. There we go. He's starting to find the middle of the basket.
Ties the ball game away here after 3 minutes of the opening quarter from the Sydney Entertainment Centre. Party trick from Andrew Gaze. Blahoff is going to be in the 3-point shootout. Get some early practice in. This is Bolden. Yes, he drains 2 down on the baseline despite some good defense from James Crawford. Grace, one way then the other. Pass Rucker, blows past Bolden, couldn't get the shot to go. Here's Crawford though, 37 years of age. He comes up with 2 more.
Again, Ricky Grace's penetration, even though he wasn't able to finish that shot, has been a key factor in this game already.
Substitutions about to check in for the South team. Ball spills out of court. And here come Leon Trimmingham, David Stiff and Daryl McDonald for the South team. Blahoff goes to the bench. He's joined there by Andrew Gaze. And Tony Ronaldson will make his way down to sit down as well. Oh, Ricky Grace brings the ball back up the floor. And here's Derek Rucker to greet him. 2 of the all-time greats who have played the point here in the NBL. Grace steps inside Jensen. Goes to his teammate in Crawford. Ball spills out of court. John Payne getting the ball in the back of the head for his trouble. McDonald looking for the inbound pass. Here's Crawford all alone. Now Bolden arrives late but can't prevent James Crawford from hitting from 3-point territory. At the other end, Bolden gets a shove from JC and will go to the stripe to try and earn these. Crawford with 7 points, has as many as the North team combined at the moment, and the lead is 6 in favour of the South All-Stars.
Well, James Crawford shooting one of those oh no, yes shots. You don't see him shoot too many from beyond the arc. And here's a crowd favorite. Isaac Burton checks in for Tony Jensen. And those are not cheers for Tony Jensen leaving the game. It's the Sydney boy. Isaac playing in front of his home crowd.
James Crawford has played 452 NBL games and has made 13 3-pointers in his life. So for him to hit a perfect 1 of 1, that was a rare sight in itself.
And Clarence Tyson is probably the least all-star looking player that you'll ever see in an all-star game. He is not flashy at all. He just gets it done every night.
This is Trimmingham athletically, although unsuccessfully. McLean looking for Isaac Burton, found Darren McDonald behind the back to Trimmingham. 2 more points for the South All-Stars. The lead is out to 6. 3-point shot. And there you go. Checks into the game in front of the home fans, and Isaac Burton drains 3. Grace against Isaac Burton. He too behind the back. Crawford, having connected once, tries his luck again, and Stiff's there to put the finishing touches on.
Well, that is one guy you have to get a body on. He just slithers his way around the offensive glass.
Dwayne McLean.
Don't let him get going.
First shot in the match from him is all nylon. Crawford, 2-handed jam. Gets past Clarence Tyson. Crawford now has 9 points and 2 rebounds. Coast to coast, Derek Rucker with a finger roll. Comes up with 2 more.
So explosive going to the hole. Not just Derek Rucker, but so many of these players. You get caught out of position. As you saw earlier, James Crawford going for the jam. These guys make you pay with a dunk.
One of the coaches who is here enjoying himself is Mark Bragg from Townsville. Let's hear from him.
Mark, taking a bit of time off here, the weekend off, must be enjoying yourself.
Yeah, it's good. You know, it's just great to watch all the players play and relax. You don't have to prepare for a game. You actually get to sit and watch one. It's fantastic. Yeah.
Did you have a word to your players before they came down to playing this weekend?
No. We had a couple of practices this week, but you know, they're just here to enjoy themselves and hopefully do well.
What do they say, Derek Rucker and Clarence Tyson? Do they have much to say before coming down to a weekend like this, or they just take a bit of fun with it all and enjoy themselves?
Oh, I think they want to do well. You know, they're obviously playing with the best in the country, and they want to perform well. And I know that Derek and Clarence have been part of the wins the last 2 years, and I know they want the North to win again. So I'm sure the fourth quarter it'll be on.
And how about the Suns? How are they travelling? How's everything going there?
Yeah, we're pretty happy. Obviously, you know, we're in pretty good shape. We've got some fairly important road games coming up, and if we can do a good job there, then we think we're a pretty good chance of the playoffs.
All right, all the best for the rest of the season. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Mark Bragg, coach of the Townsville Suns there. Tick over 6 minutes remaining here in the opening term, and Brett Maher, catch and shoot. First touch of the ball, and he finds the target.
Every time we've watched them play, even if he misses, it just rims out. He is just switched on.
Isaac Burton, short on the iron, with a wrestle for the rebound, and David Stiff wanted it more than anyone. He has a no-look pass. Here's Trimmingham, athletically off the glass. Tough trying to keep up here on the scoreboard. 24-16 for the moment. Matt Zorner misses from close range. But cleaned up by Clarence Tyson. Here's Trimmingham. Passes the ball to Isaac Burton behind the back, working against Maher. He tried it once too often. McDonald does well to reel that in. Little support ahead of him though. Oh, excellent pass and the finger roll from Leon.
Oh, man, I tell you what, Daryl McDonald with the basketball on the break. Keep your hands up. You can catch one right in the face. So clever with the basketball. Great court vision.
This is Rucker, again penetrating, and a party trick from Derek Rucker. Non-preferred left hand. Now Trimmingham wants three. Off the glass. Leon called it. Yes, he said, I called it.
I don't believe he called that bank.
Clarence Tyson against Stiff. Goes to Zorner, guarded by Mark Bradkey. Plenty of contact, no whistle. He tries a hook shot. Couldn't get it to go. Here's Tyson. Rob Rose firing over the top of Brett Maher. Couldn't get it to go. David Stiff comes up with a rebound. Releases McDonald. Bradkey up the floor, gets it next to Trimmingham. He steps inside. Two more for Leon. All of a sudden, it's an 11-point ball game in favour of the South All-Stars, and Alan Black, the coach of the North All-Stars, wants timeout. Look at the pass from McDonald.
Or just run the lanes and he'll do the rest. And that's one of the adjustments that you have to make when you play for North Melbourne. It's one thing Tony Jensen said he had to get used to was Daryl McDonald delivering those sweet passes.
Let's run a hunt now. Let's put Stiffy up top. Hoagie, you go ahead and anchor it. Daryl, you keep pushing the ball at him. You get 4 and a half, go to Hoagie, you can see. Usually they're going to throw it in here. We'll come and we'll get a trap on easy ones in there as well. The moment that you guys can go ahead and read the steal on that. We want one trap out of hot. Match up with straight man when you're back. Here we go. Get him going, Hog.
Well, the South really have gotten it done with the defense. Let's see what North has to say.
Get a share of the ball and away we go. All right, let's go, guys. Come on. Come on, boys. Come on.
Well, that's one thing you want to do with these clubs, I'm sure, is just simplify everything. They've got so much talent out there, and the guys understand the game so much. Just don't give them too much. Keep it simple, and I'm sure you'll get the results.
4:20 left until quarter time. Pressure up the floor provided by the South All-Stars. Zorner goes to Robert Rhodes, guarded by Trimmingham. This is leaking Leroy Loggins, and guess who? Three. First shot of the night. He is going to be in the three-point shootout at halftime as well.
Well, him and Andrew Lohoff just continue to practice their threes. McDonald gets on the end of a nice pass from David Stiff.
North Melbourne teammates combining there. Usually the ball is heading in the other direction. 10-point buffer. Here's Tyson spinning on Stiff, who gets a big piece of the ball and part of the arm as well. Some things never change, huh? David Stiff picking up an early foul. And look at Leroy Loggins. At 39 years of age, the most senior player in this match. He can still mix it with the best in the land.
I just marvel at the consistency of Clarence Tyson. And very few imports are allowed to just stick with one team, and he's been able to do that through some just through his consistency.
David Stiff hard to the hole, banks it off the glass. He has 2 more. And as we get ready for more substitutions, you may have just caught them bottom right of your screen. At the moment, the 11-point lead is with the South All-Stars. North have possession as Isaac Burton shows some tricks. Couldn't get it to go. Stiff has the rebound. No look pass to McDonald. Marr joining in, and Leon for the alley-oop. Almost came up with it. Brett Marr ends up on the bench with his teammates, and Tyson hard to the hole without success. Stiff has got it again now. Give it to Leon. Come on, Brett. Oh, well, Brett Marr gets off the mark himself and realises perhaps Leon was behind him saying, turn it over to me.
And about 8,000 people were saying the same thing.
Well, at the moment, North have their problems. Rose helps them, though, as he finds the target again from downtown.
No, get out of that zone. A 2-3 zone. They are down, but this is an all-star game.
Rose has the rebound, looks for support. All his teammates are ahead of him. 5 on 3. Isaac Burton hesitated. They pass the ball around the perimeter, and Loggins from 3-point territory can't get it to go. Zorner over the back of Bradkey keeps the ball alive. Rose guarded by Marr. Inside Zorner, excellent pass. What a block from Bradkey. Oh, what an exchange of plays. Here's Marr. Has to slow it down and wait for support. Leon Trimmingham has always wanted to play the point. Finds David Stiff. Tyson all over him, but Stiff equal to the task.
I was hoping to see that Harlem Globetrotters move where he puts the basketball between his legs and throws his hands up in the air.
What a move that was, as Isaac Burton shows his stuff as well. 3 more for him. 2 of 2 from downtown for Isaac Burton. South All-Stars at the moment shooting the ball at 65%. 17 of 26. Was that the whistle? We haven't heard a lot of it, thankfully. John Payne, Alan Godden and Jeff Mickelett living up to their pre-game game plan.
And the referees are doing a fantastic job tonight. You've hardly noticed it. I mean, the game hasn't been out of hand. We haven't seen any flagrant fouls or guys complaining to the referees. They're just letting them play, and these guys are doing a tremendous job out there. You got to give them a lot of credit.
1:26 left here in the opening quarter from the Sydney Entertainment Centre. Mark Bradkey at the stripe, trying to extend the lead for the South All-Stars. At the moment, they enjoy a 9-point buffer. Mark Bradkey, his first points in the match. Isaac Burton past Marr behind the back, drains 2.
Isaac Burton trying to show the Sydney fans he should have been starting, as he has just stepped into this basketball game and been very aggressive offensively.
Bradkey from 3-point territory got 2 pieces of the iron without success. And here come the North team. Loggins working against Ronaldson, pulls up for the jumper. Unlucky, couldn't get it to go. Now Bradkey playing the point. Off to Ronaldson. And Isaac Burton stripped them of possession. Read the pass well, or the intended pass. Slicing his way to the hole, couldn't get it to go. Blahoff has it. And the South have numbers here. Leroy Loggins with 3 to beat. Brett Marr firing for 3. Couldn't get it to go. And Glenn Saville, who's checked into the game, comes up with the rebound. Here's Dwayne McLean. Now Loggins. Firing for three over Bradkey, who worried him out of the points. Now Marr off and running. Gaze to his right, gets it next. Steps inside the baseline. Excellent block from McLean. Read that brilliantly. Now Burton with support on both wings, confronted by Vlahoff. Slow it down for the final shot of the first term here. Isaac Burton draws a foul. Continuation is waved away by Alan Godden. Foul called on Andrew Vlahoff, his first personal.
And here's the move where Isaac goes behind his back. Brett, thinking that Isaac didn't have the advantage as far as the numbers, was going to take it out and set up a play, but Isaac is in all-star mode.
And right on the quarter time buzzer, Isaac Burton helps himself to two more. He now has 10 points.
From the field, 75%, 2 of 3 from three-point land. And he's always going to give you a solid performance. He started off a little slow in the scoring department. And once his team realized that he is the go-to man and you got to go to him, he's been performing.
Okay, Bob, you can get something out of that. If you can't, you guys get the high speed on the ball. If they're in a 2-3 zone, you guys get the high speed on the ball. Start running the baseline, you guys set the back, you'll be okay. If it really gets ugly, continuity. Get it from here. Get it to the free-throw line, or somehow get it in here and just play off of it. Okay?
Let's check out what the players are thinking at the moment. Here's Corey Wingard.
How's it all settling in for you?
Things are going well. As you can see, defense is the key to tonight's game, I guess. These guys aren't gun shy, that's for sure.
What about yourself? You must really love this sort of occasion.
I do. I live for this. If I don't get to play at all, it doesn't worry me. I'm happy to be amongst all this. I'm here to watch these guys put on a show, and that's what I want to see.
Must be unusual for you having the Sydney crowd behind you, being with the North.
Well, it is. I've told people tonight, hey, look, I'm playing with Isaac and Bruce tonight. Cut me some slack. So far it seems to be working.
Well, good luck for the rest of the night.
Thanks, mate.
Well, it's funny, he's talking about somebody being gun shy. Tony Jensen never turned down a good the South. That's why they're on top. 43 for the North, and that's probably the telling factor. 3 turnovers apiece, rebounds going to the South. And there's your game so far. 41 points in the first quarter.
Top scorers in the match so far: Trimmingham 11, Crawford 9 for the South, Burton 10, Robert Rose 8 for the North. Here we go, second quarter action.
Well, and Black said he wanted about 150 points. 41. I think he meant his team, and they should be on top, not giving up 160 and them being on the bottom. Isaac Burton trying to take over where he left off. Nice dish to Clarence Tyson.
5 points in the game.
North cut the lead to just 5. Here's Vlahoff. Now Marr. Around the perimeter, he swings the ball to Andrew Gaze. Now Bradkey as 3 Australian teammates combined. Marr in the corner, back from Gaze. This is Vlahoff, again testing his three-point accuracy. This time he can't find the target. Up the floor, Leroy Loggins, oldest man on the floor, first man there. Pass intended for Tyson. Didn't find the mark. Now Gaze against the reigning defensive player of the year, Burton. Marr inside, Bradkey sticks it in the hole.
4 points for the game.
Great heads-up play by Brett Marr. Of course, you have to respect the fact that he can that 3. McLean
tried the clean-up dunk. Now Gaze, no-look pass. Marr has Bradkey in support. He gets it next. Watches Clarence Tyson fly past and helps himself to the left-handed hook shot for 2 more. 6 points now for Mark Bradkey. Well, at the moment, the South All-Stars in red have all the answers. Let's see what the North side can produce. Burton against Marr. Good contest. Tyson draws a foul on Mark Bradkey. Bradkey thought he had all ball.
And Brett Marr, and he gives this nice look, bang, right down to Mark Bradkey. Great vision. And find the open teammate. Also, knowing that he was wide open again on this one. Again from Marr. And Bradke scores again. And one thing you have to be aware of is when you're a rebounder like Mark Bradke is he's right up there every year in the top two. Him and Clarence Tyson seem to be battling it out every year in the rebounding department. A rebounder's thinking that he's going to get in good position when the shot misses, and that's how a rebounder thinks. But sometimes a shooter decides at the last seconds to fire one at you, and you have to really be heads up and not be thinking rebound, thinking not to get that ball in the head.
Gaze hands off to Brett Maher. Now Ronaldson penetrates from the foul line. He fires, worried out of it by Good D. Ball spills out of court. Things just falling for the South at the moment. They'll keep possession. New 30-second shot clock for them as Vlahoff prepares to restart us. Burton read that brilliantly. And here he goes. This could be interesting. Oh, 360. He stops it in the hole. Well, he won the slam dunk competition last night, showing his wares there. At the other end, Tony Ronaldson. Not as spectacular, but same result for two.
It sure is, and it's been the inability of the North to stop the South. They've been coming back getting high percentage shots, and that's why they're shooting 59%. The shot chart would be all inside the key if we had one.
Bolden working against Bradke. It's the ball momentarily. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Burton, excellent work from him. Just couldn't finish it off.
He's pulling everything out of his bag of tricks.
Maher to Bradke. In the corner, this is Tony Ronaldson. Short on the iron. They wrestle for the rebound. Bradke came up with it, then missed from close range. Vlahoff wrestling for the ball as well. Burton had it, lost it, got it back again. And now the North All-Stars come forward. Dwayne McLean isolated against Ronaldson. Too quick for him and helps himself to two.
Vintage Dwayne McLean. That quick first step. There isn't anybody in the league that can stop that when he's ISO'd from the wing.
Gaze. Now Maher working around the perimeter to Vlahoff. Down low, Ronaldson against McLean. You've got a hand in there again. And that's one thing we have to say about Dwayne McLean, because when he joined the Brisbane Bullets, I'll just stop here as you enjoy Isaac Burton. How about that for some athleticism? Magnificent stuff from the reigning slam dunk of the year. But getting back to McLean, many people questioned whether or not Dwayne McLean was a good pickup for Brisbane, and he has shown an ability to stifle his own scoring game at the expense and going for the rebounds for the Brisbane Bullets. And he really has worked out well for Dave Ingham and the Bullets, Steve.
Well, he's one of those players like, and I'm not going to compare him to Robert Rose, because Robert really has proved by being successful and winning wherever he goes, but he just kind of slots in wherever you need him.
Let's hear from Big Mark Bradke.
Taking your breather there, how's it travelling?
Oh, a bit of a struggle. The pace is really, really quick, and we've got some great players out here. You've got to respect everybody, and it's looking good so far.
Yeah, your side's doing well. What's the secret?
Brett Brown, we had a very long session yesterday for an hour and a half. He's got all plays, defenses, he's he can't slow down. It's an all-star game, but he doesn't care.
How many of them do you remember, seriously?
Well, actually, we've got a few, but we're learning the Giants plays as well, so that's even better.
All right, good luck. Get back to it.
Thank you.
Australian centre Mark Bradke there enjoying himself. Now, he's prepared to play anywhere after the disappointment of the Philadelphia 76ers. 8:41 out from half-time. It's the South All-Stars with possession and a 5-point lead at the moment. Trimmingham back into the game, pulls up for the jumper, couldn't get it to go. Rose the rebound, hands off to McLean, quickly up the floor, Jensen. Now Bruce Bolden down low, and he comes up with two.
And Dwayne McLean getting that going for Tony Jensen, who made a nice feed into the low post again. That's how you try and beat the break, try and get into the low post as quickly as possible before the help can come.
Grace looking for his Perth teammate Crawford. Couldn't get the ball there as the North All-Stars slap it out of court. 10 seconds on the shot clock here as Vlahoff penetrates. He too looking for a Perth teammate. Crawford has got it this time. Turnaround jump shot. Pretty to watch from James Crawford. South back out to a 5-point edge, led by as much as 13 in the first term. Rucker. Shot was blocked by Trimmingham. Here's Vlahoff. Gaze in support. Finds him. Back to Vlahoff. Off the glass as the Australian Olympians combine for 2 more. Rucker confronted by Grace. Tried to work the ball to Bolden unsuccessfully. Oh, this will be interesting. Crawford behind the back for Trimmingham. Couldn't find the target.
Give the ball up to a guard. This guy, I know it's an all-star game. They can't help themselves. James Crawford, he shot a 3 earlier. Now he's going to throw around the back pass on the break. This has got to be an all-star game. Adrian Hurley is just cringing in Western Australia.
Now he's just saying, don't bring that back here.
That's right. He's saying,
don't bring that back with you.
James, get that out of your system and leave it. Don't you dare bring it back on the plane. Around the back pass on the break.
He and Leon Trimmingham enjoying themselves. This is Robert Rose. Trying to split the double team of Trimmingham and Vlahoff and find McLean. Unsuccessful. 7:10 left in the first half here. Rucker firing. Give him 4 if he hits that. No, give him 5. Excellent work from Derek Rucker. He was 7 of 12 against Perth last week. And Gaze, who's had some trouble finding the target, answers at the other end. What a shootout. Bolden from just inside the perimeter. Couldn't get it to go. Here's McLean. They surround him. They leave Rose open for 3. Already successful, and he finds the target again. Robert Rose now 3 of 4 from downtown. Trimmingham, yes, off the glass. Well, as quickly as the North All-Stars can close, South All-Stars come up with more points. Trimmingham now has 13. He leads the game.
Sorry, Case, I haven't been much help sitting here with my mouth wide open from those long bombs. Andrew Gaze answered Derek Rucker from a long way. You get a look at that one. And he's just barely in bounds as he strokes that 3. Derek Rucker was at the Uncle Toby sign. It was Ian Davies, Shane Heel range.
Here's Rose again from 3-point territory. He is putting on a clinic. Robert Rose comes up with 3 more. He now has 14 points and gets his team back to within 3. 4 of 5 from downtown, Robert Rose, who was MVP in this match in 1995.
And Ricky Grace answers with another 3.
North All-Stars 8 of 13. South 6 of 14 from 3-point territory. They've left him alone again. This time he tried to get the ball inside perhaps. And now there's trouble on the bench. All in good fun.
We'll call Robert Rose streaky after he buries 3 in a row. He shoots an air ball from 3-point range wide open. Derek Rucker again from a long way.
Tony Jensen trying his luck with a left-handed hook shot. He went for the right hand and Leon said, not this time. Grace quickly up the floor, confronted by McLean. Oh, David Stiff just stuffed it in a hole.
And I really don't think Ricky Grace really thought he was going to make that. He was just throwing it up there for his big teammates.
Jensen shakes free from McDonald, pulls up and drains 2.
And there's the man who was just happy to watch.
This is Grace finding Stiff again. He spins off Dwayne McLean and then posterizes him as well. Stiff now 5 of 5 from the field, has 10 points. Bolden working against Crawford. Ball spills out of court. North All-Stars maintain possession. Look at David Stiff. Anything else I can do while I'm here, he said.
Or maybe this. Bang.
Just give me the ball again. James Crawford travel. Is that a call in an All-Star game? What was that? Allen gone.
Allen's probably a guard, and he's thinking, James, give the ball to a guard and quit trying to dribble.
Less than 5 minutes out from half-time. The score for those interested. South All-Stars lead it by 8 at the moment. What a block from Trimmingham. Now McDonald. Oh, Derek Rucker against the world here. And it was great defensive pressure that forced them into error.
I think maybe he thought that was Leon. Because Leon expects the Wild. Look at that. Leon's coming from the other side. James Crawford, who just likes to do those patented, just go up there with two-hand jams. And Leon is more the new wave, new school, dunk with attitude type.
Rucker showing David Stiff some tricks. Fires for three, short on the iron. Bolden got a piece of it. It spills to Robert Rose. What a look inside. Clarence Tyson misses the first time. Second time had his problems. Third time lucky. And CT has a big smile for the fans as well. McDonald inside alley-oop play to David Stiff as the North Melbourne Giants duo combined.
12 points for the game.
Here's Tyson. Got monster. Gets two. Draws a foul on Leon. And goes to the stripe for a chance at a three-point play.
Well, if our highlight reel was a little bit skinny, it's not going to be any more. Robert Rose fires a bullet to Clarence Tyson, but as usual, he's working on his offensive rebounding stats. He doesn't hit it the first time, but picks up the second one.
Here's the alley-oop play to David Stiff as well. Got sick of dunking. He thought he might try something a little different. 5-point ball game. Tick under 4 minutes left here in the first half of the 1997 NBL All-Star Game. Stiff, short on the iron, perhaps trying his own alley-oop play the way he chased after it. Couldn't finish it off, though. And here's a chance for the North team, led by Rucker, to get back a little closer. Bolden, one way then the other, couldn't find the target. Crawford came up with the rebound. And Alan Godden has found a foul. There's Matty Zorner sitting on the bench for the North All-Stars. David Stiff comes up with his second personal.
That's the only thing that's going to stop David Stiff. It's when he picks up his, I shouldn't say if, when he picks up his sixth personal foul, even in an All-Star game.
Jensen against McDonald. Now Zorner. Now Rob Rose. Guarded by Stiff. Somewhat of a mismatch. Top of the key, Rucker guarded by Grace. And now Rose. Yes. 5 of 7 from downtown. Robert Rose has me looking at the three-point record in an All-Star game. I'll bring that to you in a moment. It's Grace. Yes, he answers again. Jensen unsuccessful, and there's Clarence Tyson cleaning up yet again. Stiff, long way from the hoop, no look pass to McDonald. Corralled, surrounded, off to Rucker. Jensen in support, doesn't need him. Oh, Derek Rucker! One of the smallest point guards in the country, elevates above the rim and gets his team back to within a single point.
Wow. The pocket rocket usually doesn't get up and jam too much anymore. He's trying to conserve his energy for all the minutes and all the scoring he has to do for the Suns. But check him out here. Boom, explodes out of those shoes for the jam. I think maybe he's still a little bit upset about that comment I made after his three-point shooting performance. And I'm very disappointed at his better half, Kim, for telling him.
He's got those now. Yeah, you got... Fellas, it's just... We just got to make sure that when you guys are getting back on defense, you got to stop the ball. And even if it's not your man, match up with... And it could happen if they push it up quickly. We'll rotate around it. But right now, Robert's kicking our ass, and you got it. And it's best for you to contain him off the dribble and they can beat you with a jump shot, which he can do. Just go ahead and carry a hand on that. If they stay with their zone, James, go ahead and... Who we got in? 2, 4. Who's my fifth? 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's our fifth? Stiffy, yeah. Doesn't matter. Stiffy, yeah, you're going to be running down it. You're going to be staying the ball. Hoagie, just run along the baseline of it all. Okay, run along the baseline. Hit it, let's go, guys.
Well-oiled machine there, the South All-Stars. Here's one of their players, Andrew Vlahoff.
Andrew, things really starting to hot up.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's a great game to watch, great game to play. And I'll tell you what, we might even get to 200 points tonight.
What about the Sydney crowd? They're not totally behind the Southerners, but you're not worried about that?
No, I think they're a good crowd. They're appreciating all the good basketball that's going on. And, you know, hopefully the South can come up on top of the North.
I'll let you have a seat and get back to it.
All right, cheers.
Oh, what a pass from David Stiff. Oh, Andrew Gase Eat your heart out. David Stiff coming up with an excellent play. At the other end, Bradkey stops Clarence Tyson in his tracks, but Tony Jensen's there to help himself to 2 more.
We're seeing it all. We're seeing assists, great passes, block shots, dunks, you name it. Let's have everything.
Under 2 minutes out from halftime. Bradkey off the mark. Stiff almost had it. Tyson's got it now. Hands off to Robert Rose. Now Rucker, guarded by Gaze. Looking for a screen from Matt Zorner. Splits Gaze and Bradkey. And then gets the pass swatted away by McDonald. North team maintain possession, however. Tyson to Jensen. He splits the double team. Fires over the top. Couldn't get it to go. Bradkey's got it now. Running the point. Now Marr. David Stiff at the top of the key. Marr waves him over to the wing. Here he is. Tyson stays off him. Here's McDonald penetrating off the glass. They can't prevent him from finding the target. Tyson, no look pass. Stiff took it off them. 3-on-1. Rob Rose with his work cut out here. McDonald the easy layup. And the lead is back out to 5. Tony Jensen brings the ball forward, guarded by Gaze. Now Bradkey beats them both, goes to Tyson. And Tyson hard to the hole, draws a foul. And will go to the strike. 39 seconds out from half-time. It's the South All-Stars leading it by 5 at the moment. But Clarence Tyson gets an opportunity to bridge the gap just a little.
We're seeing some great highlights in this basketball game, but the coaches around Australia, I'm sure they are just cringing with this poor defense that's being played. Just about everybody that's been willing to put the basketball on the floor to try and penetrate has been able to do so for both sides. We haven't seen a whole lot of emphasis put on the defensive end of the floor, but it has been extremely fun to watch.
McDonald working against Rucker. Finds Brett Marr, guarded by Tony Jensen. Now Andrew Gaze. Andrew Gaze has taken only 4 shots here in the first half. Finds Bradkey. Now Marr. Couldn't get it to go. Jensen the rebound. Now Brett Marr has his problems. 4 to beat. Tony Jensen comes up with 2 and draws a foul. I think Jeff Mikulich was feeling a little left out. He hadn't blown his whistle all night, and with 11 seconds out from half-time, he penalises Brett Marr for sticking a hand in there.
And Tony Jensen with a la Pete Maravich move, the fake around the back pass. Not bad for a guy that's just willing to watch the other guys perform. What a load of hooey.
Who is he trying to kid, Tony? He ties the ball game away as we count down the final 10 seconds of the opening half. Here's McDonald against Rucker. Surely fouled, no whistle, not surprisingly. Zorner's got it. Fires from 3-quarter court, and he wasn't that far away. But probably a fitting scoreline at the main break, because nothing separates the North All-Stars and the South All-Stars, who led for most of the match. And at halftime, it's 74 apiece here on Fox Sports. Well, we're getting set now for the 3-point shootout. Leroy Loggins and Andrew Vlahoff are going to be the 2 men who will shoot for the prize of the best long-range shooter in Australia. Last night, Isaac Burton won the slam dunk competition ahead of Glenn Saville and Leon Trimmingham. And just a couple of stats I can tell you. Rob Rose with 5 3-point attempts at the moment is 3 off the record, held by Andrew Gaze, who hit 8 in the game in 1989. And these numbers through halftime are pretty good, Steve.
They're pretty good. And talk about North's 3-point shooting, 52%, thanks to Robert Rose, 9 of 17. But the South, they're not shooting the ball too poorly either. 7 of 17 for 41%. I'm sure any team around the league would take that on any given night, especially for a half. Field goal shooting, the South still blazing away at 57%, the North 45, but they're tied it up. So anytime you can shoot a lesser percentage and still be in the basketball game, that's a good sign. North out rebounding the South by a couple. Turnovers have been down, especially with the start that both of these clubs had. A lot of turnovers early, and they've really rectified that and started putting the basketball in the hoop. And the assists have gone to the South, probably thanks to Daryl McDonald with a couple of sweet deliveries.
There you see the top scorers. Rose with 17 leads the game, and the combined tally of 148 points at half-time. I can tell you only once in the history has there been a match that's produced more. Tyson 16, Burton 12, and we are almost set for the three-point shootout here. Andrew Vlahoff will go first. 5 balls on each rack. The 5th ball, being the money ball, is worth 2 points. So there's 4 from the first rack. They have 60 seconds to get through these 5 racks. And Steve, we have noticed that the players do seem to be a lot more accurate from right in the centre where Andrew Vlahoff is heading now. Is there a particular reason for that?
Well, it's you get more of a target. You can see this is a good angle. You got the whole backboard behind you, and you just mentally just have a bigger target to shoot at. When you go from the sides, from the baseline, you just have the rim sticking out. Now, some shooters that like to shoot from the baseline like it for that reason, because they say they're less distracted, they have less to shoot at, and they concentrate and hone in on it more.
Vlahoff up to 15 as he hits with another money ball. 16. 20 is probably around the mark, what you need to win. And Vlahoff fires on the buzzer and gets the money ball again. He made a habit of it. He has 19. That was good enough to win the semi-final for Leroy Loggins, although Leroy did hit 20 in the preliminary round last night. So 19 for Andrew Vlahoff. Will it be enough? Or will the 37-year-old Leroy Loggins pinch the prize? 60 seconds.
It's a huge effort by Andrew Vlahoff. In every round, he scored high to get there, and he produces 19 and puts a lot of pressure on Leroy Loggins. When he misses a couple, he knows he's got to really get it going the next couple of racks. Picks up 3 in the first. He really hasn't gotten his rhythm going yet. He needs to strike a couple in a row. He's just had, that was the rack there, but he missed the money ball.
This is where he was very good from in the semi-final. Such a sweet shooting motion. See the time remaining in the shot clock above the backboard. He drains the money ball. He's up to 10. 12. Needs 20 to win. 15 seconds remain. The money ball takes him to 16. 3 points from the final rack. Getting good support from his team. 18. 4 seconds remain. He ties it away. This is for the win. You bet. Leroy Loggins, and for good measure, sticks the money ball in the hole. 22 points from Leroy Loggins. He now has bragging rights as the best three-point shooter in the country.
And what an effort to get it. Had to beat 19. Tremendous pressure on Leroy Loggins. He started off very slowly and had to get his rhythm, kept his composure, and the man who so often hits so many money shots down the stretch. Well, what a final. What a final.
Excellent work there from Leroy Loggins. He was so modest during the press conference yesterday, and just a great ambassador for sport in this country. And what a legend he has been, and all the hard work that he's done for the Brisbane Bullets. And I'm sure our fans up there in Queensland were quite happy to see him come away with the prize.
Just goes to show you the caliber of the basketball and how much better it has gotten. Back in 1988, when I was lucky enough to beat Darren Perry in the final, 16 was a good enough score to win the final. I wouldn't even gotten close to the final with a score like that.
Well, maybe that might lift the North team. Leroy Loggins pinching the prize. Nice to have all his teammates around him there as well to help celebrate with him. Ironically, up against a player from the South team. It certainly wasn't orchestrated that way. It started off with some 15 players in the shootout. It came down to just 2. And Leroy Loggins proved to be the best of the lot.
The winner tonight of the Caucus long distance shootout lead last night.
74 points apiece here at halftime.
Now 22. How do you feel?
Well, Tony Jensen said that's who he had his money on, Leroy Loggins. Boy, obviously Leroy Loggins wasn't too worried when he missed several from the first 2 racks and had to make up 19 points. Had that staring down at his face the whole time. And in the same area he got hot in the semifinal, he did it again. That 3rd rack where he got it going.
Well, certainly Dwayne McLean was of the opinion that Leroy Loggins was the man to beat as well. So if they were able to get some odds, they may have made some money out of it. Everyone seemed to know who had the hot hand, and Leroy Loggins, just proving age shall not weary them. Let's hear from him anyway. Here's Leroy.
You have a hot hand. That's fantastic stuff.
Yeah, well, I don't know if the guys thought I was joking at the hotel when I said I was going to come out blazing, but I got my confidence going last night, and it just carried over tonight.
Did you make any money? Did you get some bets on the side with them?
No, I'm not that silly.
Again, that's fantastic stuff. Not a lot of minutes in the first half. It's pretty much a slap in the face to the coach to say, hey, a bit more time next time and I'll shoot some more 3 points for you in the second half.
Well, it didn't worry me because, in the back of my mind, I was thinking about the halftime shootout. So now maybe I can buckle down, concentrate on the game, and maybe shoot a better percentage than what I'm shooting.
I won't mention your age, but how are the hamstrings these days after halftime?
It doesn't worry me, I feel good and take care of myself. I feel great.
Obviously, the wrist is fine too, so good luck in the second half.
Thanks a lot, man.
Leroy Loggins, pretty happy at the situation, and why wouldn't you be?
I think it would be even more difficult to predict, not that he was going to win the 3-point shootout, would be when he retires. 39 years old, and like he said, he feels good. He takes good care of himself, as well as James Crawford does. He really treats his body like a temple. And these guys, I don't know how long they can go. Probably as long as they want, because they play at a very high level.
Well, it was way back 1984 when Leroy Loggins was first voted the MVP of this league. 13 years ago. And here he is still winning awards against the best in the country. It's an extraordinary performer. Also backed up with the MVP award in 86 and 87. In 87, of course, he shared it with Mark Davis. Too many accolades to list them all for Leroy Loggins. Certainly playing in this match, he joins Mark Davis and Shane Hill as the most All-Star Game appearances. Along with Andrew Gase, the 4 of them have now appeared in 6 All-Star Games. Well, the man with a hot hand at the moment in the game is Robert Rose. Let's hear from him.
Robert, we just saw Leroy Loggins in the 3-point shootout just blaze away, and you're having a good shot with the from the field tonight as well yourself.
Oh, yeah, I mean, the guys are finding me, and for some reason they're leaving me wide open. If I get that wide open, I can usually make them.
You like to take them too whenever the opportunity comes?
Oh, certainly. I mean, it's an all-star game. I'm not going to pass up too many shots.
Have you set yourself a goal? Is there a target you want to reach tonight?
The W, that's about it. As long as we win, I don't care.
So no personal stats there?
No, I don't care about that kind of stuff.
All right, good luck in the second half.
It isn't right. Corey done well there. An interview with Robert Rose during the basketball game, and we know how rare that is. That guy, he has got focus on his mind for getting that win. Like he said, he could go a whole game without scoring any points as long as his team wins. That's the most important thing. And a lot of guys talk like that, but he really believes it. He is really intense when it comes to getting his team to be successful.
Of course, Tony Jensen, who was just here to watch the others play, just backing up those sentiments, has taken 12 shots, more than anyone in the game.
That's right.
Lucky he wasn't going to be a hog and try and steal the ball too much.
Because if he took that attitude, he would have about 24 shots instead of the 12 that he's got.
Well, quiet achiever is Clarence Tyson. Here he is with Corey.
Clarence, I just had a chat to Robert Rose, and he's still pretty focused for the second half. How are you travelling?
I'm focused. This half is all about the money now. The guys are going to go out. We're going to try to execute our plays that Blackett are giving us. We're just going to try to go out and try to take this game home and win it.
Any special plans at halftime?
No, we're just going to keep running these guys. the South team, I think they're big, but they're kind of slow, so we just going to keep running, trying to get them tired.
You've reeled them in. Can you go on with it from here?
Oh, we're going to continue. We only can get better.
Good luck. All the best.
Thanks.
Clarence Tyson from the Townsville Suns. And a big hello to all the Fox viewers up there.
Make sure that we
at
don't
the
get beat
furnace.
like we did the first
Here's
time.
Brett
Know
Brown.
your man, just carry a hand. Everybody guards somebody. If you rebound, you can run and not deal with the zone.
Let's get this over with.
Very serious down that end. Brett Brown wants the win as well. Not just Robert Rose at the other end. Brett Brown wants to better his all-star coaching record and get one on the board.
Great atmosphere here at the Sydney Entertainment Centre, and trust you're enjoying our coverage right around Australia on Fox Sports. 74 points apiece. North outscored the South 40-33 in term number 2. There's Jeff Micallef and the Croc from Townsville. Maybe getting some advice. Jeff Micallef, John Payne and Alan Godden refereeing this match. All three in the top 20 in terms of experience in the NBL. And almost set. Second half action here on Fox Sports. Bradkey and Bolden. The Killer Bees go for the tip-off. And Bruce Bolden had a double touch and gets the ball off to his team. But now Dwayne McLean has lost it. Thought he was fouled, no whistle. The South come forward. Robert Rose read the pass from Gaze and cut it out. Rucker in the corner. This is Bolden. Couldn't get it to go. Bradkey, an excellent rebound in traffic against McLean and Rose. McLean almost stole the ball. Ronaldson helps out. And now McDonald goes to Ricky Grace. Ronaldson wrestling with Tony Jensen in a mismatch down on the low post. They tried Bradkey at the other wing, and there's Ronaldson for 3 points. Yes, sir. Scored the first points in the match and scores the first points in the second half. Tony Ronaldson. It's the South get out to a 3-point buffer, but Dwayne McLean helps the North team back to within 1.
But Bradkey will have trouble guarding Dwayne McLean that far from the basket. I'm sure McLean would have a lot more trouble with Bradkey down low too.
Ricky Grace now into double figures, one of 4 players for the South All-Stars to do so. Led by Leon Trimmingham, who has 13 points. 11 of those came in the opening quarter. For the North All-Stars, Rob Rose has a game-high 17. Clarence Tyson, 16.6 rebounds. Bolden firing over the top of Mark Bradkey, puts a lid on 3.
Well, that's what they're going to try and do with Mark Bradkey. They're going to try and get him away as far from the basket as they possibly can. Dwayne McLean shaking bacon up around the free throw line, and Bruce Bolden shoots a rare 3. He doesn't get that many off as well.
This man does, but unsuccessful on this occasion is Ronaldson. Up the floor, this is McLean with Ronaldson to beat. He'll be too quick, I'd expect. Can't get the shot to fall, however. McDonald off and running. Bradkey ahead of him in traffic, showing some tricks, still has the ball. Now he's lost it. No, he hasn't. Got it back again. It was all a set play, but now it spills out of court.
Well, that's one trick you won't see Daryl McDonald try and pull off too much. Lose control of the basketball and lose his feet.
Derek Rucker brings the ball up the floor, confronted by Ricky Grace. Now works the ball to McLean inside. This is Bruce Bolden. Andrew Gaze pops his hand in there and is called for his first foul.
Well, double teaming Derek Rucker on the ball screen, getting the basketball out of his hands, and good rotation on the first part to Dwayne McLean, who had rolled. But McLean, good passer, found Bruce Bolden, who did what you're supposed to do when your man leaves you to go double team somewhere and rotate. You go right to the front of the basket, get to an open area.
Well, the North All-Stars find themselves in front by 2 points. Trailed by as much as 13. in the first half. Here's Ronaldson trying to rectify the situation for the South. He ties the ball game away. Foul called on Ricky Grace. Derek Rucker will go to the stripe. He shot at 3 foul shots.
Three shots.
Well, as Brian Gorgon says most of the time, because we can usually get a microphone into his puddle. In a situation when their team is up, you definitely don't want to foul a three-point shooter. Get good pressure on him. You don't want to set him to the line to take 3 shots. Of course, Ricky Grace didn't feel like he got a piece of Derek Rucker, but John Payne thought differently.
Derek Rucker equal to the task. Now has 13 points in the match. It's 84-81 in favour of the North All-Star. Bradkey, Melbourne Tigers centre, into double figures as well. Helps his team back to within 1. Rucker short on the iron. Ronaldson the rebound. Off to Grace. South team come forward. Pass intended for Bradkey. Rucker had it for the moment. Now Ricky Grace is called for a travelling violation.
Yes. Mac, you got him. Yeah, you got it.
Brett Brown in action. Barking instructions. Here's Robert Rose against Darryl McDonald. 2 ultimate competitors. Pass intended for Bolden. Cut out by Ronaldson. Here's Bradkey. Well, can he reel it in? He'll leave it to his teammate Andrew Gaze. And Andrew Gaze, having a quiet night, comes up with the points. Puts the South All-Stars back in front, but not for long, as Tony Jensen has shot number 13. Will he changes hands again. Gates had it, lost it, spills out of court. The North All-Stars force a turnover.
Now, have you noticed the intensity of the defense where both of these teams really picking up? These teams trying to win. They don't care about showboating too much. This is the second half.
Has that distinct impression, doesn't it, Steve? All the highlights in the first half. Now it gets down to winning. Grace penetrates. Yes, gets it to tumble despite good defense from Bruce Bolden. Baseball pass up the floor. Tony Jensen introduces himself to the people in the front rows. For those of you who may be interested, the Bledisloe Cup match being played at the MCG. If you do not want to know what the score is at the moment, block your ears momentarily. And in fact, all of Australia better block their ears. New Zealand 30, Australia 6.
Believe me, you don't want to know.
Ronaldson, South All-Stars. Trail by a point at the moment. This is Vlahoff. Had trouble in the three-point shootout. Couldn't get that to go either. Derek Rucker. No-look pass. And Tony Jensen. Former teammates in Newcastle. Combined, a three-point buffer now. Just the worm starting to turn. Ronaldson, hard on the iron. Couldn't get it to go. Bolden becoming more of a factor as well. Rucker lost possession under good pressure from Trimmingham and McDonald. And the foul is going to be called on Leon Trimmingham. There's the no-look pass, and Tony Jensen in the right place at the right time.
Now it's 4-0 again. He's got 2 refs on the other side, and he calls them. Here we go, Brett.
This isn't too serious, is it?
He is 0-2 as a coach. He'll never get invited back again if they lose here. And Derek Rucker feeling it at the moment. Now has 15 points. And Brett Brown wants time out.
And Brett Brown's point was Mikulev making that call. He was the only ref that was in a position where Darryl McDonald's back was to him. Brett Brown didn't think that he was the referee that should have made the call. If there should have been a call made at all. Just trying to keep you abreast of what's happening in this game that's not being taken very serious by the coaches and the players, or that man Tony Jensen, who's just happy to watch the other guys perform and not get too involved in shooting too many shots. 14 to be exact. He's probably going to get more shots off than he does playing for the Falcons.
My director has told me to keep talking. I thought the lip readers may have been enjoying what Alan Black was saying there, but there you go. The North All-Stars have won the last 2 matches between these teams, and on both occasions they trailed at half-time. So they are a second-half team. Let's hear from Andrew Gaze.
Andrew, the intensity definitely lifting here in the second half.
Oh, yeah, both teams have come out pretty strong. They've made a few tough shots, but a 6-point lead in this game is absolutely nothing.
Need to tighten up on D a bit?
A little bit, but I guess you could say that about both teams. 87-93 with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. I'm saying the boys are putting the shooting very, very well, though, as well. So it's tough for the defense.
Good luck. We'll let you get back to it.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Our thanks to Andrew Gaze and all those players making themselves available to us here during the match. Under 7 minutes remain here in term number 3. And the North are starting to dominate. South have scored only 13 points here so far in this quarter. By normal standards, that may be okay, but in an all-star game, the Leroy Loggins are still hitting from downtown.
Well, the good players are unselfish, too. Isaac Burton, knowing Leroy Loggins has just got the hot hand from the three-point line. He had an open J and gave it up to Leroy.
Trimmingham, with his problems, draws a foul on the North All-Stars. Bruce Bolden, first personal for him.
And there's that winning stroke from beyond the arc. Leroy Loggins hit that one, but Bruce Bolden gets pinged for the foul.
Nice shot there of Alan Black. There's Crawford. That's how easy it is for 37-year-old James Crawford. Lifts his team back to within 7.
They can with that good.
We're getting some better basketball lessons here in the second half. With that extra pass on offense, and the defense has really picked up.
Work the ball, take your man, penetrate, kick, kick, you hit the open man, away we go. That's 2-3 on a score. They're going to put all the heavyweights out on the court. We might as well adjust to that. All right, so let's just 2-3 on a score. Lee, you're just on a score. All right, you play the back of it. Make sure we're matched, though, so that we know what we're doing when we're on a miss. All right, and you've got to talk that so we don't get screwed up in it. But offensively, let's just spread it out, work your penetration, draw some people, kick, exactly what you did last play. All right, let's go, boys. Let's go.
Well, there's Alan Black's thoughts. Let's hear again from Tony Jensen.
Tony, it's starting to hot up now.
Well, I am, but I tell you, I've just been given specific instructions from my fellow teammates that I've been shooting the ball way too much and it's to stop. So I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I guess I'll just have to wait and see.
But are you going to listen to them?
Oh, no. I'm an off guard. That is my role in this team, is to shoot the ball. And as much as they want to say don't, I'm going to do it.
Good on you. We'll let you get back to it.
Ta.
Tony Jensen, great character. Yes. Poor old people like Leroy Loggins and Dwayne McLean, Matt Zorner, combined have taken less shots than Tony Jensen by himself. No wonder his teammates are a little upset. Go on, Leroy, fire it away. Don't give it to anyone else. Brilliant. Bruce Bolden lost the handle on it momentarily. He's got it back. Persistence pays off for Bruce Bolden and he tips it in.
The rebounders' mentality, they believe every shot's going to miss. I always thought that was hard. If my shot felt good, I wasn't thinking about it missing.
2:44s go at it. Dwayne McLean outbodies Leon Trimmingham. South turn it over and Rucker buries 3. 3 of 6 from downtown for Derek Rucker. 18 points. He now leads the game.
Well, when he starts making shots like that, he's impossible to guard because the best part of his game is putting it on the floor.
Good struggle there between Blahoff and Isaac Burton. McDonald couldn't get it to go. Here's Bruce Bolden at the defensive end. Now Trimmingham unsuccessfully. Second and third opportunities. This time Leon Trimmingham draws a foul.
And Derek Range, that's probably what his name should be. Derek Rucker from deep range. That was a long bomb. Now, of course, if you start lunging at him when he's 25 feet from the basket, he just is on balance, puts it on the floor. It's a good passer. And he's got so many weapons. When he's playing for the Falcons, they needed him more as a passer because they had Tony Jensen was his off guard. And so he delivered the passes, but when he needs to score, that's what he's capable of doing.
Here he is again. Pass to Clarence Tyson. Got up in the air very quickly and comes up with 2 more. Tyson joins Rucker with 18 points. Now Rucker called for the foul. It will be his first personal. Rucker and Tyson, 2 players representing Townsville, lead this game with 18 points apiece.
Well, that's something you hope to see as a guard, a big forward trying to pull a crossover dribble right in front of you on the break. Derek Rucker gets his personal foul on that one.
Here comes Leroy Loggins carrying the ball. Finds Isaac Burton, who works inside David Stiff, confronted by Vlahoff. And Andrew Vlahoff will be called for the foul. His second personal.
Well, Isaac Burton had to know when he went for this drive, he was going to get a good hard foul from Andrew Vlahoff. Never flagrant, but very physical.
Extends the lead out to 15. Biggest of the match so far. 105.90 here. Tick under 4.5 minutes left until 3/4 time. Ma reels in the pass. Stiff exchanges passes with him. Short on the iron. Crawford comes up with the offensive rebound. Plenty of tall timber working against him. They're still wrestling for the ball. No one can come up with it cleanly. Rucker behind them. Back to Isaac Burton. Back to Rucker. Trimmingham with Tyson joining in, and Trimmingham equal to the task. Stiff at the other end. Crawford. Oh! JC. The reverse dunk. Maybe that'll inspire his teammates. Burton for 3. Lap of on it. Trimmingham comes up with the rebound. The pass intended for Vlahoff was ambitious. Well, let's have a look at the 37-year-old James Crawford.
Well, that was probably a pass by Derek Rucker a little bit early. Results in a Leon Trimmingham block. And then on the other end, they really make him pay with the jam. McLean isolated. He was fouled by Crawford, but no call.
A spin move from Vlahoff as well. There's Crawford from 3-point territory. Couldn't get that to go. Tyson lost it. Now gets it to Leroy Loggins. No look past the Saville off the glass. He misses from close range. 4-on-1. And the North All-Stars come up with the points.
Brett Maher was doing an excellent job of defending 4 North players while his teammates looked on.
Vlahoff for 3. Yes, he puts a lid on it. He now has 8 points in the game. His team's down by 12 at the moment, though, as we count down the final 3 minutes. McLean couldn't get it to go. Yes, sir. Clarence Tyson above everyone else. Tips it in. Helps his individual tally to 20 points. He leads the game.
Well, most of the rebounds are taken below the rim, they say. About 85% to 90% of the rebounds are taken below the rim. But tonight, this is one of those games that's an exception. This has been in Leon Trimmingham's territory, definitely above the rim.
I want to match. If there's a bigger guy, well, you take Andrew, you take the next biggest guy, whoever that's got.
That's the South All-Stars at the moment. A teammate of Andrew Gase, Leonard Copeland, celebrating his 32nd birthday today. Leonard watching Fox Sports in Melbourne. Congratulations to you, and also to Phil Doherty, the Australian under-23 player who turns 21 today. But let's hear from Derek Rucker.
Pace up now in the second half.
Yeah, well, I thought in the first half we kind of got our nerves out, kept the game pretty close. You know, we hung in there, but now in the second half, I think we're trying to play more up-tempo. And, you know, I hit a couple of threes to get us going. And I think the tempo pretty much is going our way. We're pretty comfortable where we're at the moment.
Yeah, you must have been watching Leroy Loggins at half-time there. You really had the hand working.
Yeah, well, I think our whole team drew some inspiration from Leroy's performance at halftime. He was lighting it up. He got off to a slow start, and then he just went bang, bang, bang. And everybody knows Leroy's a money man, and he proved it in the three-point contest.
Good luck. Continue on your way.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Andrew Gaze. Now Vlahoff to Ma. Bradke. 4 Australian Olympians share the ball around. And here's Stiff joining in as well. He too now in the Australian squad. Vlahoff penetrates, got monstered, no whistle. Stiff. Well, he was looking around because he knew they were all there somewhere. Perhaps was looking for someone who wasn't going to hit him too hard. No chance. Guess it gets pretty tough. He looks one way, he sees Matt Zorner. He looks the other way, he sees Clarence Tyson. Well, you just go up and hope for the best.
Either way, he knew he was going to get hit. This is the area of his game where he could use a little bit of improving. He goes in there, is lucky not to pick up a personal foul.
2:20 left until the final break. North All-Stars with possession. Lead it by 14. Burton, coast to coast, comes up with 2 more. His individual tally now up to 16. Vlahoff, Ma, David Stiff. Surveys the options, walks into the paint. Here's Andrew Gaze. Excellent look from David Stiff. The finishing touches from Andrew Gaze. At the other end of the floor, Leroy Loggins couldn't get it to go. Bradke looking for Gaze, his Melbourne Tigers teammate. He reels it in. He tried to work the ball to Ma. Off balance, couldn't get the pass to get to him. Congestion in the paint. The ball spills out of court. And it's the South All-Stars who come up with possession. Ma to Gaze. 90 seconds left until three-quarter time. Stiff comes up with the offensive rebound. And the foul is going to be called on Clarence Tyson, his first personal.
Well, that one just rimming out for Andrew Gaze. And what's interesting in a basketball game like this, the South need a bit of a boost and need a bit of an injection in the points department. And Andrew Gaze, one of the many players capable of lighting it up in a hurry. And he hasn't taken a whole lot of shots. Just sense that his team needs a bit of that Andrew Gaze magic.
Again, David Stiff with his problems from the foul line. Here's Isaac Burton with some of his own. Gets past Gaze and Stiff, coast to coast. Couldn't get it to go. Zorner had it, and it was swatted out of his hands. Now Tyson, back to Burton. Vlahoff reaching in from behind, almost relieved him of possession. He's monstered again. Still he goes. Retreats to get some space for himself. Now we too get a whistle.
Nice. Burton was determined to shoot that one.
Hey, fellas, you need a 2-for-1. Run a 3. You'll get a 2-for-1. Run a 3.
If he was close enough to his bench, I'm sure Alan Black would be saying, reverse the basketball. Keep it off the floor.
I'll put the ball out. Three-quarter time.
Isaac Burton on the stripe, 16 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. We've seen him, one of our clips, closing his eyes to shoot these foul shots. Has a cheeky grin on his face. Is it looming? No, he is taking it seriously.
This game's far too close for that.
Gaze fires. Couldn't get it to go. Blahoff the offensive rebound. To Marr. Bradkey all alone on the baseline. Well, only momentarily. Oh, dear, oh dear. Pick the bones out of that. The dunk with attitude from Bradkey. And there's Gaze with a steal. No look pass. Blahoff. Back to Marr. He steps outside the three-point line. Pulls the trigger and finds the target. Final 20 seconds of term number 3. Rob Rose has spent a lot of time on the bench. Here's Matt Zorner. Easy 2 for him. And that leaves only his Illawarra teammate Glenn Saville to score in the match. 19 of the 20 players on the score sheet. 5 seconds remain. Gaze for a layup. There's Glenn Saville. Bradkey's turnaround on the buzzer. It tumbles. Nice momentum builder for Mark Bradkey. And the South All-Stars on the three-quarter time buzzer. And at the final break, it's a 9-point lead to the North. It's 115-106 here on Fox Sports.
Well, you can just sense the casual approach to the game is going right down the gurgler, because the whole bench on that Matt Zorner basket were calling travel. He did walk. His feet did shuffle when he went for that. But I guess that whole attitude of let him play, don't make those calls. Not when you're down. They want every call. This game really has taken an overtone of very serious. And even though it's nice to see a lot of slam dunks and three-pointers and things like that happened in the first half, it's also good to see the game kind of pick up with its intensity and become more serious. We check out the stats. Big scoring game due to that first half scoring explosion. It's the North on top, 115-106, with a very heads-up play by Mark Bradkey. Kind of a rookie mistake by Saville, trying to get it in quickly. For the best he would have gotten would probably been a half-court shot. The free throws, the North. How accurate is that? 18 of 19 from the stripe for 94%. The South have only taken 10 free throws and have only made 4 at 40%. Three-point shooting, North on fire. 13 of 23 for 56%. 26 attempts for the South. They've only converted on 10. Field goal shooting, still it's the South. 56%, shooting a very high percentage, getting out rebounded. Less turnovers for the North.
Let's hear from Brett Brown under pressure at the moment.
Well, I was going to say you're in trouble there, but the last few seconds they really fall back.
We dug ourselves a hole. We're having to press to come back in it. They're playing very well, but I think the momentum's starting to swing a little bit our way. Hopefully there'll be enough time left in the game for us to go get this one.
Saw a couple of gritted teeth. The guys are really getting into it now.
I think so. You know, we're competitive, the coaches, the players, and the fun stuff is fair enough, but it really does. They have a competitive spirit to try to win.
Thank you.
Well, we're set for the final quarter here, and the South All-Stars are going to have to create a new All-Star record, because no team has trailed in an All-Star game at three-quarter time and won. Stranger things have happened. Crowd getting involved as well, as Bradkey gives the South team the start they wanted. Possession. Can they convert? Gaze. Ricky Grace. Catch and shoot for 3. Hard on the iron. Saville athletically above everyone. Tips the ball to the advantage of his teammates. Rose working against Ricky Grace and draws a foul on the Perth Wildcats star.
And man, Glenn Saville get upstairs to tip that basketball away. And he was up there.
Robert Rose generally very reliable from the stripe. Needed to talk that one in.
Is that your MVP?
And there's, well, extending the lead at least. A little bit early to be looking at MVP, I think. We never know what's going to happen here, Steve.
That's for sure.
Eric Rucker had 9 points alone in the third quarter as Ricky Grace dances his way to the hoop for 2. Saville, the only player yet to score, still can't get it to go. The North All-Stars will keep possession. Derek Rucker checks back into the game as Isaac Burton sits down.
It'll be interesting to see who is in when the game is tight at the end. If it is tight, who's going to play in the closing minutes? Derek didn't take long to get a shot off.
Rhodes. Hands off. Excellent work on the defensive end from Andrew Vlahoff. The nice Clarence Tyson. Here's Saville. Yes, it falls, and now every player involved is on the scoreboard. More importantly for the North team, their lead is out to 12 as Vlahoff draws a foul on Rob Rose, his first personal.
And there's a block by Vlahoff. And just goes to show you just cannot go with anything weak inside. Andrew Vlahoff, known for his tenacious defense, not really his shot blocking. If you're going to put it up there, he'll swat it away.
We saw the Australian Under-23 World Championship team suffer at the stripe last night. Actually cost them the game. Here we are. Foul shots in this match may become all important as well. Rucker corralled by Ricky Grace. Needs support. Saville against Gaze. Got past him pretty easily. Athletically to the hoop. Growing in confidence after knocking down a three. He draws a foul. And it's called offensive foul on Glenn Saville. Alan Black, I'm with you.
He got charged for using that arm bar off the ball. Trying to create some space.
Looked like one of those rookie calls that you talk about, Steve.
Exactly, he beat me to it.
Rob Rose. Rucker against Grace. Had a great battle all night. Derek was always going to shoot that, couldn't get it to go. Vlahoff becoming a factor at the defensive end. Hands off to his Perth Wildcats teammate. Skips past Zorna. Resumes his battle with Rucker and goes to Gaze. Working against Saville. Penetrates. Here's McDonald. Couldn't get it inside any further. Saville to Rucker in a foot race with Ricky Grace. Saville misses from close range after Clarence Tyson also lost the handle. It spills to Vlahoff. Now Gaze. Inside, excellent pass, and Vlahoff comes up with an excellent finish as well. Lead back to 9. At the other end, there's that man, Rob Rose, who now has 21 points, a game high. Saville comes up with a block. Grace gets stripped of it by Rob Rose, and he's off again. Tyson to his left, Rucker to his right. Off the glass, party trick from Rucker, unsuccessful. There's Saville coming out with another offensive rebound. And at the moment, the North All-Stars have the answers. They double-team Rucker to Zorna. Saville. Pass almost picked off by McDonald as Saville charges to the hole.
Woo! Sav. He was looking to bash that one on Bradkey. Man, the nerve of these young kids.
At 21, Saville, the youngest player in the match. Now Bradkey against Tyson and Zorna. A foul's going to be called on the North All-Stars. On Clarence Tyson is second.
This is young Sav's drive to the basket. Looking to do a Bobby Sura from Cleveland. The old leaner. That would have been a nasty highlight.
Grace steps inside Bolden, penetrates, looking for McDonald. He's lost it. He's got it back. He's a magician and comes up with 2 despite the efforts of Robert Rose.
Tight, Drewy, tight. Tight, Darryl. Tight.
Voice you hear is Brett Brown barking instructions. His team at the moment trails by 11. 8 and a bit minutes left here. Guess who? He's not going to pass. He is. Well, there's a highlight in itself. Tony Jensen comes up with a pass. Trimmingham. to McDonald. This time on the receiving end, and this time McDonald comes up with 2.
8 points for the D-back.
McDonald into double figures. Bolden, wide open, hard on the iron, and Sonny Jensen reaching in behind. Called for the foul after pushing Ricky Grace in the back.
Clarence Tyson gave Tony Ronaldson a mean screen. And then after the play was over, he went to shake his hand. The Bear didn't want any part of that. But this isn't a serious game. It's just an all-star game.
When the players changed their minds about this, but a couple of days leading in, it's been all fun and games, very chatty. Even here, every now and again, they want to be having some fun, but they also want to be serious. But one man who is a lot of fun is David Stiff.
David's getting tired. What's the story from now?
Well, we just hope to score a lot more points than they do for the next 7 minutes.
Must be exciting for you two, being amongst this calibre of player. I mean, holding you around more than well, but it must be really exciting.
It's great. I watched James when I was growing up. It's great to play alongside him. Watch Leroy go off, especially in the shootout. It's a lot of fun.
And the last few minutes now, what's the idea of the plan from the south?
Score more points than them. A lot more.
Straight to the hoop?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Deep thinker, David Stiff, enjoys a game of chess as sometimes as a pre-game build-up, somewhat interestingly.
He's an interesting guy, and I read a very good article on him in One-on-One magazine, and he said he likes to back it up with his actions. He doesn't like to say a whole lot when he's out on the court. If you watch him, it's very refreshing to watch a young player like that. Not the Generation X dunk and point at you and stare at you. He's just out there, and he's quite a gentleman out on the court. He has a lot of fun, but he doesn't say a whole lot.
There you see bench scorers, not much in that. South ahead there, but it's the North on the overall tally who lead as Ronaldson forces his way in close without success. Here's McDonald. He is proving a factor here at the moment. McDonald in the unfamiliar number 23. Now with 12 points. Tyson misses from close range, thought he was fouled. Andrew Case, as you can see, not happy with the call either. Just under 7.5 minutes left. A 7-point ball game.
Darryl!
Brett Brown yelling to Darryl McDonald. And Bruce Bolden goes hard to the hole. And the points count. On Trimmingham, 4th personal for Leon.
That's a big shot by Bruce Bolden. The momentum is just starting to swing for North Melbourne. He makes him pay out of that trap. The rotation, he had the D-Mac on him. After they rotated out of that trap, he took advantage of it.
Double-figure lead to the North All-Stars. South with possession as Grace penetrates. Short with the shot, gets the ball back again. Spinning on Bolden, lost the handle, still scrapping for it. And that appeared to be a pretty good headlock from Clarence Tyson.
Ricky Grace calls a timeout before he was tied up. That's a big call for the South if they want to come back into this basketball game. 7-minute mark.
That's all right. Good call.
Here it is in replay. Grace short with the first shot. Ball ended up back with him. Lost his footing. And there he was calling timeout. Clarence Tyson hugging him.
Andrew, you're right here. Leon, actually, I want you right here. Leon, you're going to pop out here. Darryl, I want you here. Andrew Gage, you're right here. Darryl, just come off this. Ricky, you're over here. Mac to Ricky said a back screen for Leon going. Okay? Look for the lob. Bear, if we don't have it, you come turn right onto the ball.
Well, at the moment, North lead by 10. Let's hear from one of their players, Dwayne McLean.
Dwayne McLean, 7 minutes to go. What's the word from the North camp?
10-point lead, just trying to protect it. We know they're going to make their run, so we're going to try to play solid defense and rebound the ball.
So we'll see a bit more defense?
I think so.
First time tonight?
Exactly.
Good luck.
Very candid, Dwayne McLean. Here's Grace again penetrating. No look pass. Gaze steps inside Rucker, then back. Of the hands of an opponent, obscured from my position. Some dispute about who will end up with the ball here. Rob Rose can see the funny side. We're going to jump it. Grace against Rose. Excellent leak from Ricky Grace. He wins possession for his team. Leon Trimmingham running out of space. Throws the ball down onto Bruce Bolden to keep possession. Brett Brown and Steve Breeny, his assistant. 6.5 minutes remain. McDonald. Interesting pass to Grace. Flat-looking shot. Couldn't get it to go. Bolden has the rebound. This is off to Rucker. His Townsville teammate Tyson ahead of him. Doesn't need support at the moment. Between the legs. And take that as Derek Rucker now 4 of 7 from downtown. 21 points. He joins Rob Rose as the game-high scorer. Here is Rose, getting it done at the defensive end. Harassed by McDonald and Ronaldson. Tony Jensen. Back to Rucker. He fires. Couldn't get it to go. His Townsville teammate Clarence Tyson comes up with the ball. Tony Jensen hands off to Robert Rose. Long way from the hoop. Bolden, no look pass. And the ball slipped out of Clarence Tyson's hands and turned over to the South All-Stars. Clarence Tyson has got nothing from the referees all night.
It's that unassuming, non-flashy game. He's not only not drawing attention from the fans, he's drawing any attention from the referees. No respect.
Crawford. Ronaldson. Height advantage and strength advantage over Isaac Burton and Tony Ronaldson. Now into double figures as well. Now Rucker. Man of the moment goes back to Bolden. Isaac Burton. They lead by 11. Surprisingly for the South All-Stars, only 2 players are not in double figures in scoring. One of them is Andrew Gaze, the other Brett Maher. But this man has the hot hand. Now with 24 points, a game high for Derek Rucker as Crawford answers. End-to-end stuff here. Tyson reels it in. Needs support. Eventually they'll arrive. 11-point lead for the team in white. Rucker against Grace. Shot clock down to 10. He penetrates. Oh, what a block. That was Crawford. Pass intended for Grace. Picked off by Isaac Burton. Tried to call timeout while in the air, but had a foot on the line. So with 4.5 minutes left, the South All-Stars come up with the ball. 11 points in arrears. Need to start making some shots. Ronaldson couldn't get it to go. And Clarence Tyson called for his 3rd foul. He can't believe it.
Well, the South wanted the basket to count as well, but it was a good block. Well, there are no easy ones underneath the hoop in this basketball game, as Derek Rucker just found out on the other end. Tony Ronaldson gets fouled there, but Clarence Tyson clearly got the basketball as it was going up. And Ronaldson has come alive since Clarence Tyson fouled him quite heavily on that screen. It was legal. Kind of woke him up. Tony Ronaldson has been a lot more aggressive since.
Here's Tyson. Threads the ball to Robert Rose for 3. Couldn't get it to go. Grace has the rebound. Lahoff in support. Gets it next. Needs support. Bradford got a whack in the face and appears to be in some trouble. Down behind play. Not a good sign. At the other end, Crawford monsters Clarence Tyson.
Whacked in the head. That's what happened. It's a foul.
And there's Mark Bradke, still down behind play.
On the other end, James Crawford Well, has a look at this when Mark Radke gets in the head. Like he got poked. And not clobbered like Brett Brown initially thought. It's Tyson. Went up for his shot. James Crawford. I don't know how old James Crawford is, but he can still get upstairs in a hurry.
Exciting to watch. Less than 4 minutes remain here. The foul's going to be called on Robert Rose. Thought he had position. Second personal for Rose.
Let's see if Robert Rose is there. He anticipated. He looked like he was there. And Robert Rose asked, "What do I have to do?" He said, "Perfect position." Now you're starting to see the competitive side of Robert Rose. This game is still within the grasp of the South, and he's got one thing on his mind: picking up this win. Won't see him laughing and joking a whole lot till it's over.
Having an earnest conversation with James Crawford at the moment. They both lead with a smile. Ronaldson's got the offensive board. Needs support. Here's Vlahoff. Off the glass. He gets two. And a chance at a three-point play. And Clarence Tyson follows Alan Godden up. This time the foul's on Bruce Bolden.
This is a strong move by Andrew Vlahoff. Not exactly sure where the contact occurred. But needless to say, Vlahoff makes a big play for the South.
And gets his team back to within 5. Oh, it is not over yet. Stay with us here on Fox Sports as the 1997 All-Star Weekend draws to a dramatic conclusion. Last night it was the United States who came from nowhere to pip the Australians by 4 points. Vlahoff picks up his third foul.
Yeah, high side, yo, high side. Don't let it lead, don't let it lead, don't let it.
Rose. Back to Isaac Burton. Guarded by Vlahoff. An edging speed in favour of Isaac Burton. Will he take him on? He fires away. Yes. 2-point attempt from Isaac Burton, who now has 20 points.
That is just a big-time move by Ice Burton on a very solid defender in Vlahoff.
Here's Rucker coming up with the steal. Gets the ball to Burton. He spins past Vlahoff, confronted by McDonald. Slices his way through there as well. Here's Tyson close to the hoop. And Clarence Tyson now has 22 points. 9-point ball game in favour of the North All-Stars. Clarence Tyson is called for another foul. It's 4.
Well, you're seeing a lot of players just step up an extra level, and that's one of them. Isaac Burton throws a bullet to Bruce Bolden, who has it bounce off, but Clarence Tyson, as he does so often, in the right place at the right time, picks up the scraps and gets the bucket. It's just been one big-time play after another. The closing minutes of this All-Star game.
And at the moment, an 8-point buffer and possession to the North All-Stars. 2:45 remaining. Rucker works to the foul line almost uncontested and makes them pay. Now we're talking MVP material, I think.
We sure are.
McDonald past Rucker and Tyson. Beats both the Townsville players. And McDonald comes up with 2 more. He now has 14 points. Lead back to 8. McLean, casually, goes to Rucker, guarded by McDonald. This will be a good contest. Screen from Tyson, pick and roll. Plenty of contact, no whistle, as Ronaldson crashes to the floor. McDonald's lost the handle and Rucker's come up with possession. Buffer, less than 2 minutes remaining. North appear headed for their 3rd consecutive win, Steve. Burton to Rose to Tyson. Excellent triangle play there. And Clarence Tyson, 24 points, 9 rebounds. As Vlahoff fires unsuccessfully. Make that 10 rebounds. Well, he didn't come up with it, and Leon Trimmingham sticks it in the hole.
And he could have dunked that twice. On the way up.
Get you, Del. Come on, man.
Rucker fouled by Darryl McDonald.
The personal, the number 23, D-Mac, is first.
Uncontested slam there from Leon Trimmingham, up to 16 points in the game. And we've seen Brett Maher hit a 3 and Leon dunk the ball. Steve Carfino, Nostradamus, right on the money. I don't know how you predict these things.
Man.
In fact, Brett Maher with his first touch knocked down a 3.
He's so confident shooting the basketball from beyond the arc. Obviously, shooting over 50% for the season.
Derek Rucker, 28 points in the game, 5 assists. Chance for Steve Carfino to redeem himself, perhaps, and say some nice things about him.
I'm just glad I didn't have to guard him.
Vlahoff knocks down 2 to the south, cuts the lead back to 10. As we count down the final 60 seconds here of this contest. Rucker lost the handle, then reaches in and is called for his second personal. Darryl McDonald relieving him of possession. Both men enjoying the competition.
Well, Darryl McDonald is so dangerous when you have actually gone past him. He just stays in hot pursuit. He's got those long arms. And he reaches in and pokes it from behind Derek Rucker. You have to be so conscious of where Darryl McDonald is on the floor. He's such an unconventional defender. He's not the defender straight up that you would think he is, but when he's on your hip or behind you at an angle where he can anticipate where he thinks you want to pass, that's when he's most dangerous.
Burton fouled by Vlahoff. 4th personal for Vlahoff.
Ice to the free throw.
One of the great scorers in the league is from the Canberra Cannons, Mario Donaldson. When he was playing for the Kings, I asked him who the toughest defenders were in the league, and one of them he thought was Andrew Vlahoff, because he's so strong, can move laterally, and can guard just about every facet of the game. The other one he thought was Sam McKinnon. And Sam was very young when Mario played for the Kings in '94.
This is Crawford from downtown. He fires, he connects. 3 more for JC. 3 of 4 from downtown. Not bad for a man who's hit 13 in 450 games prior to this. Lead cut to 6, but time working against the South All-Stars. North All-Stars with possession. Burton milking the clock against Trimmingham. Gets past him. Penetrates. Confronted by Vlahoff, who's called for his 5th personal.
Number 21, Vlahoff, is fifth.
Well, Isaac Burton thinking about going for a jam here, but he must be kidding himself. Andrew Vlahoff was standing in front of the basket. I don't care what the score is. Andrew Vlahoff, is not going to allow you to go in for a showboat type dunk at the end of the game.
Burton takes one off the glass from the foul line. 8-point buffer. Here's McDonald coast to coast. Back to a 6-point game. South All-Stars. This wasn't the plan. The clock working against them. McDonald reaches in. Rose is going to finish with the ball. McDonald chasing him. Now they've given up. Burton from the car park. Oh, what a way to finish. On the buzzer. Isaac Burton lifts the North All-Stars across the 150-point plateau. They win it by 9. And only once in the history of the All-Star game has a team combined for more points. And Isaac Burton finishes with 26 points. What a performance from him. 151-142. A 9-point victory in favour of the North All-Stars, who have now won their third consecutive All-Stars game.
We're going to win a lot of games, scoring 151 points. 4 players scoring over 20. Derek Rucker with 28, Robert Rose with 23. A very unselfish 23, only took 12 shots to get 23 points. Isaac Burton, 26 points, only on 15 shots. Clarence Tyson with 24. And man, what a performance by the North. They really stepped it up in the second half and took their game to another level.
Well, the North team trailed by 13 points in the opening quarter, drew level at halftime, and then extended their lead through the second half. And they get home by 9 points. One of the stars was Robert Rose.
Robert, 23 points, 6 rebounds. Great performance by yourself there.
Oh, yeah, it was all right. You know, the main thing is that we did go out and get the win, like I said at halftime. So that's the main thing. We got the W.
I was saying towards the end of that last quarter as well, the frowns started to come on the faces. The intensity really lifted, and you stepped up there as well.
I was pretty damn upset with the call that the referee made on us. I was in perfect position for the charge. We called the other way. What are you going to do? We won the game, so I don't really care.
No half measures there. If it's a game of basketball to be played, you'll play it, won't you?
Oh, you flip them lights on. It's time to go.
Congratulations. Well done.
Thanks.
Well done, Robert Rose. Well done. The North All-Stars. They get home by 9 points, 151 to 142. We are out of time. Join us next week as the NBL restarts second half of the year. On behalf of all the team, John Casey saying farewell from Sydney.
We are very privileged to have such fine